Hello everyone, in this video I am going to explain how to integrate Razorpay Payment Gateway using PHP in backend, and in frontend we will use JavaScript. First, in Google search type Razorpay standard checkout. In this page, go to build integration. Here in this page you can find JavaScript code for Razorpay. The page design changes frequently, but the code doesn't changes. Maybe if you are watching this video after a few years, then you may require to such little order. Let's copy and create a new HTML file by using this code. I'm going to name a file as razorpayments.html. And now we can open this file in Visual Studio Code. Now we can paste our copied code in this file. Here we have three commands in three different locations. Number one, you have to enter your key ID. It is generated from Razorpay dashboard. Number two, amount is in paisa. For example, if your price is 10 rupees, then you should mention here as 1000 paisa means 10 rupees, 100 paisa means 1 rupees. Then order ID, it needs to be created as per step 1. It means you have to create an order ID as per the documentation given in a page of Razorpay. I will show that later. Let's do one by one. First, I am going to get my key ID from Razorpay. For that, you should log in into Razorpay account. I am not going to explain how to create an account with Razorpay. You can do it yourself. Please let me know if you need any assistance to create an account. Here in settings, we have key ID. Let's copy and paste this to our HTML file. Now we can test our code. Let's open this file in a browser. In this page, we are getting a pay button. Let's click that. It says the ID provided does not exist. Here in our code, we can comment out this ID and we can run this file, but it will work only on test mode. On live mode, order ID is mandatory. Now I am going to wrap this JavaScript in a function and I am going to add a few input fields. Let's name our function as pay now. We can place our closing curly braces at the end of our script. Now the button on click function will become a part of our pay now function. So I am removing this on click function. And I am removing prevent default. It is also not necessary. Now we can add our function to the button. On click. Pay now. Now we can test our code. I am refreshing this page and on click pay, it opens the payment page. But now we should get these name, email and mobile number from input fields. So here in our code, I am adding few input fields. Input type text, name equal to name, ID also name, then placeholder your name, and I am adding a BR tag at the end of the line. I am copying the same for email. Type email, name also email, then ID also email, then placeholder your email ID. Again, I am copying the same for mobile number. Type tel, that means telephone, name mobile, ID mobile, placeholder your mobile number. Now I am going to declare these variables inside our function, where name is equal to document.getElementById, ID name is name, then dot value. The same will be applicable for email and mobile number. So here I am changing email. Then mobile. Let's pass these values inside our JavaScript, name, email and mobile. Now we can test our code. The data filled in our form is perfectly transferred to JavaScript. Now we are creating our payment page without order ID. It is only for testing. On live condition we need order ID. We are going to generate it using our backend application. On the same page of Razorpay we have a link to orders API. Here we have a script for creating order ID in various backend languages. PHP also available, but I am not going to use the script provided in the name of PHP. In this method we should install, or we have to upload some integration kits provided by Razorpay, but I don't prefer using that. I am going to use curl in PHP. It is very simple. Every backend language has some method to write curl scripts. Here in this video I am going to explain how to write curl in PHP. Curl or curl, it doesn't matter. Now I am opening my hosting folder. Here I am creating a folder and let's name it as Raz. Here I am uploading our file and I am renaming our file as index.html. Now we can create our file orders.php. Here we will write our curl script. If you are not belongs to programming background and just looking for a solution, then please pay and download the complete source code and files. It is available in the video description. Others, please watch till the end. I am going to write this curl script in PHP. $ch is equal to curl init. Here I am initializing curl, then curl set opt. This command is used for setup curl options. First I am going to set the URL for $ch, curl options underscore URL, means curl opt underscore URL, then $URL. This is the way of setting up URL in curl. $URL is equal to, we can copy our URL from the source code provided in the Razorpay website. Here I am going to copy the same line for another 4 times. Now I am setting up our post method as true. You can see this in our curl script. The mentioned method here is post. Next I am setting up return transfer as true. It is not mentioned in our curl script, but we should do that because we are going to receive a reply from Razorpay with the order ID. Next we can set up our username and password. User pwd. Your key and token will become username and password. User pwd comma $key $token. Let's declare these variables at the top of our page. We can get this information from Razorpay website. I forgot my secret key, so I am resetting my key and secret. Please keep these details as safe, otherwise you have to reset it again and again. Let's copy and paste this information in our orders.php. And we should pass this information to index.php because we updated our key ID. So we should update in our HTML file, otherwise we will forget this. Then a header information needs to be given in an array. In CURL, H stands for header. In header, we should transfer this information. Content type application JSON. In curl, D stands for data. The data needs to be passed as a JSON file. We can create JSON file using PHP array and JSON encode. But here I am going to create JSON using a direct method to create JSON in PHP. $data is equal to 3 greater than symbol, then JSON, and then we can paste our JSON in the next line. Then in the next line, JSON, and it ends with the semicolon. This is one of a method of creating JSON in PHP. This data is copied from Razorpay and we can modify this with our own data. Receipt, $receipt equal to KTT underscore, then I am adding a random number using date. Year, month, hour, minute and second. In key 1 I am passing name, and in key 2 I am passing email. We can set OPT for posting this data. OPT underscore post fields, comma $data. Now we can execute our curl function. $response is equal to curl underscore execute $ch. Now here we can echo the response without any further process. Let's see what we are getting. We are getting our order ID as a value for the name ID. Let's write the code for getting this order ID as response. Here I am changing value of name as $name and value of email as $email. At the top of our PHP script, I am declaring $name is equal to $underscore get name. We will get this name using Ajax in JavaScript. Then $email is equal to $underscore get email. And at the end of our script, let's decode our output as a standard class object. $decode is equal to JSON underscore decode, then $response. Now we can easily get our order ID. Order ID is equal to $decode. Inside $decode we have ID, $decode ID. We can echo this order ID as output. We will use Ajax to get this output, and now we can save this file. Now in our index.html, I am going to write our Ajax. Construct xHTTP equal to new XML HTTP request. Now I am going to wrap our complete script with xHTTP onload function. This script will execute on xHTTP load. Now we can write our script for sending our data to the backend. xHTTP.open, and our method is get. Then orders.php question mark name equal to, then we are adding our variable name plus and email is equal to, we are adding our email variable plus email. Now we can send this using xhtttp.send. We will get order ID as our response. So where order ID is equal to this dot response text. We can transfer this order ID variable to order ID. And we can save this code. Now we can test our code. It is working perfectly fine, but still we need some improvements. Here we have an issue. We are sending our data to our server and generating an order ID, and then we are transferring the data to Razorpay. Here our user can click multiple times on our payment button. For example, I am clicking 4 times in the same button. We should prevent our user from doing this. So in our index.html, I am making a div. Div id is equal to loading. Now we can write CSS for this div. Top 0, bottom 0, position absolute, left 0, width 100%, height 100%, background color RGBA 000, and then transparency 0.6. Now we can test this. This div is blocking us from clicking anything in our page. We should make this div visible only on button click. So here I am setting visibility as hidden. And inside our button on click function, I write document.getElement by id. Then our id name is loading. Style visibility is equal to visible. Now we can test our code. On click pay, it hides everything with a semi-transparent div. But if I close this Razorpay pop-up, then I am not able to click anything in this page. So it is not a good practice. We should hide this div after the purpose. So I am copying the same line and paste it inside xhtttp onload function. So after receiving our order ID, we will hide it again. And Razorpay JavaScript will take care from this point. Now we can test our code. Now if our user closes this Razorpay form, then they can make changes in our form and click our pay now button again. We have completed our Razorpay integration. If you are looking for a professional help, then contact me at tv.aditya@gmail.com, or my mobile number is +91 91508 93585. My charges are very reasonable and it is starting from ₹500. Thank you for watching. Please hit like, subscribe and comment in case of any error and suggestions.